Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's well this morning.
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 Morning, guys.
Good morning. Let's see. I'm ready whenever you all are, so just let me know when you're ready. Are we ready there in courtroom 2? It looks like, is it just me or is it courtroom 2 that's out?
I think they're froze, Judge.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You see me, Your Honor?
I can see you. Good morning, Officer Milton.
Good morning. It's the morning, all right.
I'm sorry to hear this. It sounds like it's tough this morning.
Yeah, I'm ready with 3 females. The last one, Miss Patton, and it's another thing. But I would like to go first, if you don't mind, with Mr. McLean's clients.
Okay, are we back online in courtroom 2? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Ms. Milton, we're going first. Ms. Milton, McLean is on the phone.
Okay, so who do we have first? It looks like courtroom 2 has gone out again.
He said we got first.
What?
He said we first. He does, I'm calling him now.
Say that again, Your Honor?
Courtroom 2 seems to be losing its connection, so until they're back online, I don't know if we can proceed.
Okay. That's fine, Your Honor, because the ladies that I have is for Mr.
McLean?
McLean, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you back with me, courtroom 2? Yes, okay. And you're on mute. All right, who do we have there?
This is gonna be position 1, Mr. Boyer.
Good morning, Mr. Boyer. This is going to be a negotiated plea. Good morning, Mr. Dodes.
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, this will be a negotiated plea.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Mr. Boyer. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Rogers.
Good morning, Your Honor. The state conveyed an offer for the defendant to be sentenced to 12 months, to serve 24 days, credit for time served 12 days, the balance probated, and to pay restitution in the amount of $404 to Stars and Stripes, which is a business.
Okay, Mr. Dodes.
Yes, Your Honor. I conveyed that offer to my client, and we do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID, and are prepared to go forward with the negotiated plea. I would just ask for Mr. Boyer's probation fees to be waived and for it to switch to balance suspended upon payment of the restitution. Mr. Boyer indicated he can pay it immediately and doesn't want this to hang on his head so he can get his life back on track.
Down from where?
State has no
Okay.
objection.
Okay, so the balance will terminate upon payment of the restitution, okay? Mr. Boyer, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 004743J, you wish to plead guilty to theft by conversion and theft by taking, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Sir,
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
absolutely.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Am I giving up my rights? Yes.
Okay, and no one has forced or coerced you to plead guilty, have they?
Sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Boyer. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you pay the restitution in the amount of $404, the probation will terminate. So the sooner you get that paid, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Boyer.
You the same.
Ms. Milton, you can go next. Ms. Milton, you can go next.
Before you is position 27, Brenda Wallace, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McLean, is this your case?
It is, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Although there was a problem yesterday with visitation, we've had a good talk this morning. She wishes to go forward with a negotiated plea of guilty, and I have her contact information for probation.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Wallace. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. Good morning, ma'am. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand for me, ma'am? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Ms. Wallace. Good morning, Ms. Bickerstaff. Is this your case?
Yes, good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Yes, so the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 16 days, credit for time served, 8 days, the balance probated, a stay away anti-theft course. We're also asking for a stay away at the 844 Cleveland Avenue, East Point Walmart location.
Okay. Mr. McLean?
Nothing to add, Your Honor. We asked the court to accept her negotiated plea of guilty. Thank you.
Okay.
Say
Say it again?
I
Anything
was
further?
saying nothing further, sir.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Wallace, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001016C, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anybody forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Wallace. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation. And when you complete the anti-theft class, the probation is going to terminate, okay? So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you'll be off probation, okay?
Okay.
And
Thank
you
you.
understand you can't go back to that Walmart on Cleveland Avenue anymore, right?
Yes.
Okay, good luck to you, Ms. Wallace.
Next, we have position 25 and 26, Ms. Suter, SUTER.
Okay, 25 and 26, Ms. Suter. And let's see, I have poll for announcement.
That's ready for a negotiated plea now, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Ms. Suter. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down, ma'am. Thank you. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, so the state's offer is on the first case, on position 25, is 12 months to serve, 30 days, credit for time served, 15 days, the balance probated with a defensive driving course and a $500 fine. And as for position 26, we are gonna do a no process yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, she does wish to accept the offered deal and ask the court to accept her negotiated plea of guilty under those terms. Your Honor, I noticed there was a $500 fine, and it's in parentheses in the offer about DWSL. And I think what the state meant was something slightly different because there's not a DWSL in the charges. So if the fine could go away, that's great, or otherwise, we would ask if there is a fine, if the state does stick with that item, that we make it 58 hours of community service instead.
The fine is for the suspended license, Mr. McLean. I'm sorry if you didn't like my initials.
No, I'm just saying that number 1 says knowingly driving motor vehicle on suspended, canceled, or revoked registration.
Right.
Number
So
2 says
it's-
you don't have license on person.
So the fine is to count A,
So you meant
driving on a suspended or revoked license.
Do you mind her doing community service instead of the fine, Mr.
No,
Walker?
no objection to that at all.
Okay, is that fine with you, Mr. McLean?
That's great, Your Honor.
Okay, so just so we get the paperwork right, the fine will go with position number 1, the suspended or canceled registration, and all of the rest of the charges will be 12 months to serve, 30 days, credit for time served, 15 days. Do you want the driving course to go along with the suspended license?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm just trying to get the paperwork right.
Yeah, no issue at all.
Okay, all right,
No,
very good.
We love Mr. Walker's initials on there. It's not a problem.
Okay. And I'm gonna waive the fees for her, and the probation will terminate once she completes the terms of the probation, so. Okay, so Ms. Suter, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 0000864Y, you wish to plead guilty to knowingly driving a motor vehicle on a suspended, canceled, or revoked registration, failure to have license on your person, giving false information to law enforcement officer, no insurance, and fleeing or attempting to elude police. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Suter. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the driving course and the 50 hours of community service, the probation will terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, we have position 14. Come on, Ms. Okafor.
And this is going to be a negotiated plea.
Okafor. Yes, Your Honor, it's Ms. Okafor.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Okafor. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Is that a yes? Okay, you have to, all right, thank you. You have to speak up for me. Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Good morning again, Mr. Walker.
Good morning, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 190 days, credit for time served, 90, make sure I have the days right. 95 days, balance probated with restitution to Taco Mac in the amount of $59.20.
Okay. Mr. McLean,
She does wish the court to take her negotiated plea of guilty and accept it, Your Honor. She probably, considering her finances, would need a financial break if possible.
Okay.
Which Taco Man?
It's located at 5600 Roswell Road in Sandy Springs, Georgia.
Okay.
And is there gonna be a stay away requested, Mr. Walker?
I didn't. Just
Okay.
until she pays the restitution.
Okay. Ms. Akbar, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004939E, you wish to plead guilty to theft of service, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes. Clear.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Akbar. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation, and when you get the restitution paid, the probation will terminate, okay? So the sooner you pay back the money, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
I go
Okay,
to the
good luck.
address.
Say it again?
I go to that address and pay.
No, you don't, you go through probation. So once you sign up for probation, they will take the restitution money from you, okay?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who do we have next?
I got the meeting. I didn't get a chance.
Position 15, Ortega.
And this is also going to be a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Ortega, that's correct.
Good morning, Mr. Ortega. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir?
Yeah.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, it's 12 months to serve, 34 days, credit for time served, 17 days, balance suspended with the stay away of 550 West Peachtree, which is the Emory Midtown campus, unless he requires medical attention.
Okay. Mr. McLean?
He does ask the court to accept his negotiated plea of guilty, Your Honor, and he understands the requirements of staying away.
Right. Mr. Ortega, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 000874G, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Ortega. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Position 2, Boykin.
And this is also going to be a negotiated plea?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Boykin. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Yes, Mr. Rogers.
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation was for the defendant to be sentenced to 12 months to serve 38 days, credit for time served 19 days with the balance suspended.
Mr. Jodes?
Yes, Your Honor. That's our understanding of the offer, and we stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
Mr. Boykin, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 000864A, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Boykin. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Position 5, Bush.
Miss Friday.
Do we have Mr. Bush's counsel on the line?
If not, we can move on to the next case.
And it's my understanding that he's represented by private counsel. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and I've got Sadir Sabak. And it does not appear that counsel is on the line as of yet. Ms. Grace or Ms. Champion, do we have the information for the council so we can give them a call and let them know that they're expected in court this morning?
Yes, sir. I'd give them a call.
Okay, thank you. So can we come back to Mr. Bush? Thank you.
Position 6 and 7, Day.
And Your Honor, if we could hold on position 6 and, oh, excuse me, hold on. If I could just have 1 second to talk to my Mr. Day.
Okay, you however you all want to proceed is fine with me.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
Okay, and what are we doing? Let's see, with Mr. Day today?
This is going to be a negotiated plea on position 6, which should no cross position 7. I just needed to verify the stay away address.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Mr. Day. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Good day. Absolutely.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Rogers?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is for the defendant to be sentenced to 12 months to serve 26 days, credit for time served 13 days with the balance suspended and a stay away from 4883 Ross Royal Road, apartment L3.
Mr. Nunes?
Yes, Your Honor, that's our understanding. Mr. Day has indicated to me that he actually lives at that address, so we would request a one-time sheriff escort to confirm that.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, we have to verify that for sure. If that's agreeable.
So there's a stay away from the location, but there's not a, is there a no further contact with someone? I mean, I don't
Yeah,
understand how he can stay away and then go back one time with a police escort and then stay there if there's a stay away in place.
I guess we would just ask for there to be no stay away if the sheriff verifies that the alleged victim lives there, if that's agreeable. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I don't think that I've been informed, and maybe I'm wrong. Have we indicated that there is no further contact with an alleged victim or with a victim in the case? Do you know who that is, Mr. Rogers?
the victim is the homeowner who is the defendant's brother. He states that the defendant does not live at that address.
Okay, so
We ask for a stay away and a no further contact, Your Honor.
Right, and just to clarify, the alleged victim's name is Kamara Almami. That's the brother, right?
Yes,
Okay. Can I have one
All right.
second? So,
Yes, that's fine. And can you spell that, Mr.? Spell
My
the
apologies.
victim's name, please.
Kamara is Kamara. Alamy is Alammy.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Ditters, let me know when you're ready.
Your Honor, we're gonna have to hold. I need to speak with my client further, and I don't want to hold everything up. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, you're fine. We'll get back with Mr. Diggs.
Positions 8 and 9, Dunson.
And 8 is a negotiated plea and 9 is a null pros.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Dunson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video.
Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Me looking at the screen, you looking at me at the screen, sir. Yes, I do, sir. I apply, sir.
Okay. All right, very good. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Dunson?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. As I speak to you,
All
I
right.
am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Dunson. Mr. Rogers?
Yes, the state's recommendation is for the defendant to be sentenced to 12 months, to serve 94 days, credit for time served 47 days, with a balance suspended, and a stay away order from the address of 469 Marietta Street Northwest.
Mr. Dildes?
Yes, Your Honor, that's our understanding of the offer, and we stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this hearing.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Dunson, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 001355F, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir, not this time. No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir. I'm accepting his offer. I'm accepting your plea to guilty.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir. I understand what I'm doing.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir, they have not. No one have brought it
All right, very good, Mr. Dunson. I'm gonna accept your plea of guilty. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Today, well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Position 11, Johnson. Yeah.
And this is gonna be an arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Johnson, you have been charged in case 22 CR 003813B with an improper erratic lane change, driving while your license was suspended or revoked, giving false information to law enforcement officers, 2 counts. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. Dildes?
Yes, Your Honor, we do waive arraignment.
How do you plead, Mr. Johnson? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
And we will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, Mr. Johnson.
Position number 13, Jill iPhone.
Okay. And courtroom number 2, also, I've been informed that the private counsel is on the line. So when we get back around to that case. And who do we have? I'm sorry, on the jail iPhone? What position?
Number 13.
10.
It's 13,
Say it again, Mr. Walker.
number 13, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm gonna need to be in a breakout room with Mr. Lucier. He was unable to come out, when I tried to visit him at the jail, so I will need a breakout room. I guess once I'm done with my section.
Okay, so um, we're having trouble with that connection, iPhone 2. Francois, are you with me?
Yeah, it's
Can-
bad connection, Ms. Blat. We can't hear you at all. It sounds like you're under the water.
Can you all somehow arrange, as we go to get Mr. Dodez in touch with his client, Mr. Lucier? I'm not sure how we're gonna do that. If he needs a breakout room for him.
If the connection's bad, could we do a phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this. Position 12, Mr. Keys. And then we'll arrange a phone call for 4 North.
Okay, and then after 12, can we go back to position 5?
Oh, that's right.
And then is this Mr. McLean's case or Mr. Dodez's case?
Mr. Keys is my case.
I would like to request a
Okay.
breakout with the court if possible, along with counsel.
Okay. So courtroom 2, myself and Mr. Walker, anyone else in a breakout room?
No, and just to confirm, I believe I have Mr. Key's parents on the line. I believe, is that Zoom user?
Yes.
Okay,
They're not needed at this time, but I just wanted to verify that was his
okay,
parents.
thank you. Good morning, Mr. and Ms. Keys. Okay, so Mr. and Ms. Keys, we've had a discussion in the breakout room about your son. We are going to, excuse me, we're going to reset this case for 2 weeks until 3/14 to give counsel the opportunity to look further into the matter. And it's my understanding that he has another case that is pending in another courtroom. So we're going to try to address all the cases together. So, excuse me, someone will be in touch with you, okay? All right, thank you.
Okay, I have position number 13 on 4 North.
And for position 14, I'm gonna need a breakout room. If the connection is stable with 4 North, then my laptop, PD Angelo Dotis, speak with my client.
It was probably the cell phone that was having bad connection. I'm on the main computer now.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Blunt.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what position are we on?
13-1-3.
Okay, and Mr. Dodas, you need a breakout room?
Yes, on my laptop, PD Angelo Dotis.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Yes, my laptop is PD Angelo Dotis, so just a breakout room with 4 North in my laptop. I'll let Mr. McLean handle his remaining cases.
All right, so we're done with your client that's there. Why don't we go to position number 5 now?
Your Honor,
If you
my client has a couple more questions I also need to address.
Say it again?
My client has a couple of questions that I need to address with him before I'm comfortable.
Oh, okay. So if someone's gonna speak to the 4 North, you've got a client seated there. Okay, thank you.
Again, I'm gonna step out of the room with my laptop to a private area.
Okay, and so can we go to position number 5 if that's possible, courtroom 2?
So position 5 is my client as well, so we're gonna have to come back to that when the claim is still.
I'm sorry, I have position number 5 as a private attorney case.
Oh, my apologies. I thought we were talking about position 6 with Mr. Depp.
Okay, and that's is it Mr. Sabak, is that right?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And you're representing Mr. Bush. What are we gonna do with Mr. Bush today?
Your Honor, we're going to waive formal arraignment and enter a plea of not guilty, please.
Okay, do you want to file a written waiver of arraignment, or would you like me to arraign him this morning?
I filed it yesterday, Judge.
Okay, all right, so
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we've waived arraignment in the case. Mr. Bush, you essentially pled not guilty. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you will receive notification of your next hearing date, okay? All right, good luck to you, Mr. Bush. Anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor. Mr.
All right.
Bush, I'll be in touch with your mother. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good day.
I appreciate you.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I see that Mr. and Mrs. Keys are still on the line. I'm not sure if they had a question for the court.
So Ms. Keys, if you want to unmute yourself, I'm happy to speak with you. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The question we had was on the mental health issue. Will he be getting some type of help there while he's
okay? His counsel is looking into that. We're going to try to consolidate the two cases that he has. Now that we know that there is some type of issue, his counsel and the state will get together. We'll see if we can address that. So we understand that there's some issues. Those issues we did not want to discuss in open court because this is on YouTube and it's live streamed. So, excuse me, we did not want to discuss those questions on camera. But you can call the solicitor's office and discuss the case with the solicitors as we go forward. Okay, someone will be in touch with you.
Will someone send me that number?
Mr. Walker, go ahead.
404
Mm-hmm.
612
Mm-hmm.
4800.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Mr. Keys. Thank you.
Okay, you have any other questions this morning?
That'll be it.
All right, you all have a good day.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I take it there's no one else we can take right now, so the court will be in recess until someone comes back.
This meeting is being recorded.
All right, are we ready to proceed on?
We are not. I need to send something in the chat. Who is the ASG for position 13?
It's me, Mr. Doris.
Okay, all right. It'll be a quick message.
Okay.
And Mr. Lucier, just so you know, I just sent what you said, what you messaged me to the Solicitor General.
Is it possible that we can come back to this position and then me and Mr. Doris can continue to chat in the chat box? Because I don't wanna take up the court's time with us going back and forth.
Okay, it's fine with the court. I'm not sure where we can go next.
Is there another,
Judge Mara, are we ready for position 12, Keys? Oh, that's yours, though, that's right. You still need to.
We're done with Mr. Keys. I have Mr. Days in the courtroom. I need to go back and speak with him. And I can do
Okay.
that while Mr. Walker wants to
and
chat.
I can look into what your request.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So who do we have at 4 North now?
That's Mr. Price. I need to let Mr. Price know that I've tried to reach his granddad 3 or 4 times now, and I'm just getting voicemail. I'm leaving Zoom ID and passcode messages for him, and I'm leaving the courtroom phone for him, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So we may need to talk. We might need to talk. Your Honor, also number 21 negotiated plea and number 22, 23 negotiated plea will be ready when the defendant is either on Zoom or in the courtroom.
Okay.
Those 21 is a single position, but 22, 3, and 4 go together, and both of those.
Okay. So how do you propose to talk to your client, Mr. McLean? is here?
Could the deputies on 4 North have him call the desk phone, one of the desk phones here, which is extension 2-2392. 2392.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you.
Can we do position number 4?
Are we ready on 4?
Yes, Your Honor, that will be, after speaking with the state, that will be a negotiated plea.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Bryan. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. You can put your hand down, Mr. Bryan. Mr. Rogers?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is for the defendant to serve 12 months. To be sentenced to 12 months, to serve 60 days, credit for time served 30 days, with the balance probated to complete an 8-week anger management course, a stay away order, and a no further contact order. 1 second, I'll get those names. The stay away order will be for the location of 1012 Sparks Street Southwest. And the no further contact will be from K. Alice McCray, first name K.A., middle name A.L.E.A.S.E, last name McCray, M.C.C.R.A.Y. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Doyas?
Yes, Your Honor, I went over this offer with my client, Mr. Bryant. This was our understanding of the offer last week. I mentioned it might be a little different, but Mr. Bryant, this is everything we talked about yesterday that we were comfortable with. Are you prepared to go forward with the negotiated plea?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, and we stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID. I will note that Mr. Bryant is trying to get back on his feet and will be living with his sister when he gets out. If Your Honor could cut him a break on probation fees, he'd appreciate it.
Okay. Any objection to non-reporting when the terms have been completed?
Oh, Your Honor.
Rogers? Okay. Mr. Bryan, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 000656G, you wish to plead guilty to battery and criminal trespass and damage to property. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Bryant. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Bryant. And tell me again who we have at 4 North.
Monte Price.
Okay. Good morning again, Mr. Price.
Good morning. Yes, position 19 and 20.
Thank you. And this is going to be an arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor. On the bond issue, his granddaddy was trying to get on Zoom. He's got the ID number passcode, and his last name is Price as well. But as to the main charge, it is a not guilty. We will waive the formal reading of the accusation and ask the court to arraign it.
Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Price?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Mr. Price, you've been charged in case 21 CR 005933J with simple battery family violence, and in case 23 FTA 000148 with failure to appear for a fingerprintable charge. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. It's my understanding that Mr. McLean has waived formal reading of the accusation. As such, how do you plead, Mr. Price, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date.
As to our, thank you, Your Honor. As to our asking for a reduction in the bond and on the failure to appear alleged to have occurred on 10/10/22, before he was elsewhere. And I'm looking, my eyes are searching the array of pictures, the videos, to see if this granddaddy, whose name is James Price, has some knowledge about that 10/10/22 date is on that. But at any rate, Your Honor, he states that he was in custody at that time and could not have made court at all.
State's position is that his grandfather is not the victim. Ms. Shantae Wilson is the victim. The defense would like to provide the state with a proof of incarceration. I definitely would take that into consideration. But he did FTA in front of Judge Betson on 10/10/22, and I would ask that this case is sent back to her division to make a determination on bond, unless counsel can provide a proof of incarceration from whatever facility he was alleged.
No, hold on, excuse me.
Mr. Price, hold on just a minute, Mr. Price.
Because I invoke my right to speak. I don't.
Mr.
Okay,
Price,
so
like
Mr. Price. And let me just say, Mr. Price, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. So your counsel doesn't want you to say anything that
I waive my right to counsel. I waive my right for counsel. My grandfather right there, and I can speak for myself because it's certainly too many discrepancies in this going on right now. The whole fact of the matter is, you all did not get in contact with me. I was not incarcerated. I was not incarcerated. The whole fact of the matter is, the judge gave me a stay away from my address that I shared with my child's mother. That the court date was sent to her address, not to my father, not to my grandfather, not to me. I stayed with my grandfather. This was already documented. That's the whole problem. Nobody got in contact with me for no bond. I have never missed court in my life. I do not play with my money or my grandfather's money. I would never miss court. I never do that. So the whole fact of the matter is, I was following the directions, but nobody got in contact with the bond holder, which is my grandfather. That's the whole purpose of you having his address and all this information. I stay with my grandfather.
Okay, Mr. Price, what's your grandfather? Where do you live?
He's right there.
Okay, it looks like he's trying to connect. Is that your grandfather?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, if I may.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. McLean.
Mr. Price is saying I was mistaken as to the assertion that date he was in custody. So I apologize if I'm incorrect. That's what I had in my notes, but I may have had the notes incorrect.
Okay, so Mr. Price, can we unmute Mr. Price, please?
Yes, sir.
What is the address where you currently stay?
I stay in Decatur, Georgia, 4515 Riverwood Circle, 30035, sir. I have never missed court. I don't intend to miss court. I don't fight reason, none of that. I'm off of parole. I have no reason to run from you. Nothing like that, sir. I'm innocent in this case. It's just, baby, it's relationship issues. That's just what it boiled down to. Just honestly, that's all.
Okay. All right. So let me see, Mr. Walker, do we have where the notice was sent?
1 second, Your Honor.
On top of the fact that I got a child on the way with this same woman.
I'll look to see where the notice was sent to, but I want to make the court aware 23 CP 216335, which occurred in February of this year with the same exact victim. So while he also FTA'd, he has since reoffended with the aggravated assault with Ms. Shantae Price yet again, which is another reason why his bond should not be reduced. But let me go back to see where his notice was sent.
Uh,
To the
in
court's original
Odyssey,
question.
in Odyssey, Mr. Walker, it does say 5401 Old National Highway. It does not have the unit number. 5401.
The state's position is it's incumbent upon the defendant to update the clerk of court with his most recent address. But nonetheless, he has since reoffended, has an open aggravated assault with the exact same victim. So, and let me pull up the original bond order for this case. It was a no further contact with Ms. Shante Wilson to begin with. So based upon it, there was already a no further contact. He's missed court, reoffended, has an open aggravated assault with the same victim. The state will adamantly be opposed to any reduction in bond. I believe he has a $3,000 surety bond, and based upon him missing court, reoffending, and not have a felony case with the same victim, there's an escalation of violence. And I'm getting notes from my victim advocate. The victim is definitely afraid, and she is currently seeking a TPO, and she has to be escorted by security to her car when she leaves work because she's so afraid of the defendant. So
Okay.
that is
So
most
as far as the bond goes today, I'm going to do what I normally do in these cases. And it appears that since there's another case that you might want to get all these together, I'm going to have you go back to the division judge so that she can make a determination if there's going to be a modification or set aside.
No, hold on, Spartan, excuse me, Judge. For one, that's incorrect. That is incorrect.
Okay.
I do not have any note.
Mr. Price, I don't want, you're on, listen to me. You're on video. You have solicitors here. Whatever you say, they're going to be able to pull it back up. And if you're saying something that, and I understand that might not be accurate, they're going to be able to use it against you in the future. So
There's nothing to use against me, Judge. There's nothing. I'm fully aware of that. I would not be speaking if I was not aware of that. I'm not incompetent in no type of way. I understand exactly what you're saying. What I'm trying to get you to understand is Mr. Ian Walker is misinformed because this is my child's mother. These charges was filed last year in September. All of these charges were filed last year in September. It's no new nothing. All this is only thing new is the FTA, man. That's it. On top of the fact she never had a job. I'm the one that always took care of my whole entire family. She doesn't have a car, no job. You can ask my grandfather this. Like there's no reason to play games or do all this extra back and forth mediating when these just lies.
Yeah, I know it's really a moot point because on his aggravated assault with the same victim, he's being held with no bond.
okay. So I've made the ruling. So good luck to you, Mr. Price. And you'll be able to have your next day in court where you can where if you're innocent, you can prove your innocence. Who do we have next?
Position 6 and 7, Dave.
Okay.
Excuse me, Judge Morrow.
Yes, Ms. Grace.
Yes, did you get my chat I sent to you?
I did. Positions. Is this about private counsel?
Yes, he was in the clerk's office and they were supposed to give him the Zoom link so he can get on. Mr. Watson Pierre is what was told to me.
Yes, good morning.
Yes. Is this you, Mr. Pierre, on the megawatts?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. And you represent Mr. Day?
Yes.
All right, and well, 6 and 7, let's see. And were you aware of that, Mr. Diaz?
Your Honor, I was not aware of that. That did not come up in my conversations with Mr. Day either today or yesterday. I didn't see anything on Odyssey, so my apologies for not being aware of that.
No, I'm just trying to make sure that we're all on the same page. So, Mr. Pierre, what are we going to do with Mr. Day today? I was initially informed that this was going to be a plea. Is that still the same?
Well, no, I was retained as of last night, so I would like to have a conference with Mr. Day to discuss the best options available. And then at that point, we would like to proceed if possible.
Okay, so
Take the plea.
I'm happy to let you have that conversation. Let me just say that it is today is a time served offer from the state. So can you call courtroom 2? Do you have that number, Mr. Pierre?
No, if I can have that number, it wouldn't be a problem to call over there.
Okay, so let's, do you have something to write it down with?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we give him the number to courtroom 2 and let Mr. Day speak with Mr. Pierre?
404-612-2392.
404-612-2392.
Okay, so he'll be available to speak with you now, Mr. Pierre, so go ahead and give him a call.
And will I be able to speak with the state representative as well?
Let's see, who has this case, Mr.?
I do.
Yes, why don't you put your number in the chat or however you want to do it, Mr. Pierre, so that Mr. Rogers can call you?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll put it in. Is he able to see that?
Yes, I see it. I'll give you a call right now.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and so once you all discuss, then you call your client and then we'll be back with you, Mr. Pierre, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And Your Honor, I posted in the chat, if I could please have a breakout room with my laptop and 4 North. That should be quick and then we can resolve position number 13.
Okay, that's fine. So if we can put, is your laptop up? I guess we'll be in recess until someone comes back.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, are we ready to proceed?
I'm sending one more message to Mr. Walker and then we'll go
Okay.
from there.
All right, let
Thank
me
you.
know when you're fine. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
we'll waive counsel and enter a plea of not guilty.
Mr. Dorias?
Your Honor, I've spoken to my client. I've negotiated on his behalf. I explained all the information that was available to me. If he believes it's in his best interest to represent himself, that's fine with us.
Mr. Lucier, again, let me just say that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have counsel represent you in this in these matters. We have offered you the assistance of the public defender this morning, who appears to be working on your behalf. Do you not want him to continue to work on your behalf to have a resolution to this matter this morning?
That's correct, sir. Thank you.
Okay. As such, it's my understanding that you wish to enter a plea of not guilty this morning.
We'd like to sidebar with Mr. Walker, if that's acceptable.
Okay, and again, you do have a right to remain silent. You have counsel that's here representing you. If you're telling me that you don't want counsel and that you want to speak directly to the solicitor, I'm happy to give you that opportunity. But just know that they're here prosecuting you, and anything you say can be used against you. Do you want
Yes, sir, of
anything?
course.
All right, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor, I guess we can do a breakout.
Okay,
And I'll also request that ASG Bickerstaff is included in that breakout, please.
and just for my comfort, Mr. Dorries, I want you in there also, okay?
Understood, Your
So,
Honor.
thank you. So if we can put 4 North, Mr. Walker, Mr. Dorries, and Ms. Bickerstaff into a breakout room, please. Who do we have at 3 South?
Position 22, 23, and 24, still.
Okay, Mr. McLean, can we go ahead and do this case?
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, sir. And is this Mr. Steele?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do I need to take your mask off?
They're probably gonna want you to keep it on right there, Mr. Steele, for the best of your welfare. Okay, I can hear you, sir. Let's see. This is gonna be a negotiated plea, Mr. McLean?
Yes, Your Honor. Position 22 is a 1-count case in which the recommendation is going to be rather simple. The same is true of 23, except it's a 2-count case. And then 24 would then go into the position of null pros.
Okay. So, good morning again, Mr. Steele. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Rogers. We do have, I'm sorry, I apologize. We do have 2 ASGs that are in a breakout room. So it looks like one of those solicitors is the one that's presenting on this case. So I'll get right back to you, Mr. Steele, as soon as we get one of the solicitors out of the breakout room, okay? Thank you for your patience.
They would go crazy on this. That's the feedback. When he was out, he didn't go. And then he's back like, what? You know. You want to use all this easy? That's why you stay around. I agree. Give me a couple stuff. So much cups up. Yeah. Hey, what's been doing? Nice to see you. $2,000, James Bergen. So we just go there and have the family walk. Yeah. Get out. Yeah.
And I will let Mr. Lucier address the court with his intentions. I'm not sure if I see him back.
Mr. Walker, are you handling positions position 22, 23, and 24?
I'm handling position
am.
22, and then Ms. Bickerstaff is doing 23 and 24.
Let's move on to that case because he's at 3 South right now. So we'll go back to Mr. Lucio when he comes back on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. 3 South. We're ready to proceed. He's been sworn in.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, okay. Now Mr. Lucio is back. Mr. Lucio, what is how would you like to proceed this morning?
Yes, sir. After discussion with the state, we're going to put in a plea of guilty on the theft of services charge.
That was not the discussion. The state has not agreed to dismiss the other 2 charges.
Oh, really? That was not my understanding.
Do we want to go to position 22, Your Honor?
We can. Is there going to be additional
We'll
discussion?
go ahead and put in a guilty plea for the other 2 as well. Obstruction of justice, failure to ID, whatever.
Okay. So you're charged in case 23 CR 0000873C with theft of service, giving false information to law enforcement officer, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. How would you like to plead to those charges this morning?
Guilty.
Mr.
Most definitely guilty to all of that. Guilty, yeah.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Has the paperwork been completed on this plea, Mr. Dorias?
I have not completed it yet, but if I can do that on behalf of Mr. Lucier, I'm happy to do that.
All right, is that fine with you, Mr. Lucier?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Do I have your
and
permission? Mr.
I take
Lucier,
that-
do I have
Yes, sir.
permission to sign? Okay.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your service.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor, it's 12 months to serve, 34 days, credit for time served, 17 days, balance probated, restitution in the amount of $73.48 to Ceviche Restaurant located at 963 Roswell Road, and a stay away from that incident location. I have told the defendant that if he could provide proof of payment to probation, that will satisfy the restitution, but that is upon him to provide that proof of restitution, or that proof of payment, if you will.
Okay, is that your understanding, Mr. Lucier?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's my understanding, Mr. Lucier, that in case 23 CR 0000873C, you wish to plead guilty to theft of service, giving false information to law enforcement, and willful obstruction of law enforcement. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Not to my knowledge.
You've had the opportunity to be represented by counsel. It is my understanding that although counsel is assisting you, that you're proceeding pro se today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept your plea, Mr. Lucier. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation. And as soon as you pay the restitution, the probation is going to terminate, okay?
All righty.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
You as well.
Thank you. All right, let's go back to Mr. Steele, position 22, 23, and 24. Yes, Mr. Walker.
Yes, I will be handling position 22, and the state's offer is, 12 months to serve, 20 days, credit for time served, 10 days, balance suspended, with a stay away of 1801 Piedmont Avenue, is a business called Twist and Scoop Motors.
Okay, Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor. And for position 23, our recommendation is 12 months to serve, 36 days, credit for time served, 18 days. A stay away order for the address 1115 Pine Heights Drive. That is the Lennox Heights condos. And the balance is suspended. And lastly, Your Honor, for position 24, we're gonna do a no pros.
Okay, Mr. McLean, you're muted.
Certainly, that is our understanding of the terms, Your Honor. He wishes to ask the court to accept his negotiated plea of guilty on both of those cases. Your name is?
Okay. Mr. Steele, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 00407B, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, and in case 23 CR 00878B, you wish to plead guilty to loitering and prowling and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, I'm not, sir. My bad.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, it's just a matter of me having to pay my bill.
Okay, I'll accept your pleas, Mr. Steele. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Position 16, Parker.
Are you looking for
Mr. McLean, what is the announcement on Mr.
In
Parker?
position 16, I believe it really would be necessary to have a social worker visit prior to addressing the case further. So I believe it would be in his best interest to ask for a 1-week reset.
Okay, we will reset the case until next Tuesday.
You saying my mother and my brother are there?
Okay, Mr. Parker, I'll see you back next Tuesday, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Your Honor, sorry to interrupt, but on position 23, I don't know if the defendant is still around, but was there a no contact order with the victim?
He's already gone back to housing.
You're saying you're here? That's the same place.
I just want to make sure there was at least a stay away or no contact. I didn't.
So we're done with Mr. Parker, Lisa. So where's the stay away supposed to be?
There's a stay on position 23. There's a stay away order for the apartment complex.
What apartment complex is that?
It is the Lennox. It's called the Lennox Heights condos, and the address on that is 1115 Pine Heights Drive.
Okay, Mr. McLean, would you make sure that your client understands that he's not to go back to the Lennox Heights, please?
Right, so that's 1115 Pine Heights Drive, not Avenue Drive, and it's referred to as the Lennox Heights apartment.
Yes.
And the
Okay.
victim's name is Allison, last name Mulroney.
From where? To represent me?
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay. And how do I? So you saying I'm no longer represented by him? You're not gonna be represented by.
so
You're no longer your attorney. Well, how do I take this?
the rest of the cases are they?
They're still turning on. The only thing that changes is, well, I don't know, look, listen. You usually represent me, right? Right. Okay, so saying, what do you say, conflict attorney? You got your own, yeah, okay, okay, so he usually representing you. You have a private attorney, he no longer cannot represent you, so you have a private attorney. So you want to be able to take a plea over the phone with a private attorney. So the question that he's gonna ask you over the phone, you just respond to the plea. Same type of question. The attorney that you're talking to right now gonna appear on the screen right here.
Courtroom 2, you are not on mute.
What is this? You just drop this stuff?
Did Your Honor have an announcement on 1718 from us yet?
And that's, I think that we're waiting on 17 and 18, correct?
Correct. 17 and 18, Your Honor, should also be for possible mental health purposes. Well, possible is a euphemism, actually. She needs social worker visit, and we definitely would need to put that off and see what the results of that social worker visit are.
Okay, when would you like to reschedule that?
That should be a 2 or 3 weeker.
Okay, 2 or 3 weeks, which you prefer, Mr. McLean?
2 weeks.
Okay, I think that's gonna be on 3/14 then.
Thank you.
Okay, and
And of course, if there's something earlier than the 14th, we'll get back with Mr. Walker.
all right, and we're also waiting for position 21, is that right?
21 is ready. That's correct. When they bring Mr. Vincent Price, that is a plea.
I have him now.
Okay,
Oh, Georgia.
There he is. All right, good morning, Mr. Price. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Price. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 32 days, credit for time served, 16 days, balance probated with the condition of a 6-week anger management course, no further contact with the victim, Justin Garrison, and a stay away from the incident location, 2250 Rental Car Parkway here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mr. McLean?
What was Justin, what was the last name?
Garrison?
Garrison?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Your Honor, he would like to ask the court to accept his negotiated plea of guilty on those terms. He probably need a financial break because the 6-week anger management, he's going to have to seek that himself, prove that he took it, give proof to the probation department. Of course, any break that financially the court could give would be greatly appreciated.
Okay. Mr. Price, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 000891D, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Price. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Price.
All right. Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
I think the last one that we're holding on is position number 6 with Attorney Pierre.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with the attorney. He's conveying the offer to his client right now.
Yes, Your Honor, he's on the phone with him as we spoke.
Okay, all right. Let's see, and I believe that will conclude the calendar once we handle that case. So while we're waiting, can we go over the calendar, Ms. Grace?
Yes, just one moment.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready, Judge.
Okay,
Position number 1 was a plea. Position number 2 was a plea. Position number 3 is reset for the competency calendar. Mr. Dotis, how far out would you like that?
As soon as the next available one is ready, and I'll submit paperwork and all that.
Okay, let me check that to make sure. The 9th.
Yeah.
3/9.
He said he's going.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. Grace.
I'm gonna get on the call.
Position number 4 was a plea. Position number 5, reset jail jury. We're holding on position number 6 and 7. Position number 8 and 9 were pleas. Position number 9 is an ARPROS. Position 10 and 11, reset jail jury. Position number 12, reset 314 SAP. Position number 13 was a plea. Position number 14 and 15 were pleas. Position number 16, reset 37 SAP. Position number 17 and 18, reset 314 SAP. Position number 19 and 20, reset jail jury. Position number 21 was a plea. Position 22, 23, and 24 were pleas, with 24 being a non-pros. Position 25 is a plea. And 26 is a plea with a non-pros on 26. And position 27 was a plea. Any questions, concern, or comment?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Grace.
You're welcome.
And so we'll be in recess until counsel for position 6, Mr. Day return.
Your Honor, counsel, he just called. He said his client is going to accept the plea. I told him to log back onto the Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
And I will say it looks like he's still on the phone with his clients. I don't know how long it'll be.
And then, Mr. Dodes, I know that it was going to be a negotiated plea already. Was the paperwork already completed, or?
I have the paperwork completed for Mr. Day. But again, it sounds like they hired last night. We were ready to go forward. I guess his family hired an attorney, and that's how they're going forward now.
Good morning again, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning. Mr. Pierre, are we ready to proceed with Mr. Day?
Yes, we are, sir.
Okay, it's my understanding this is going to be a negotiated plea for position 6 and a null plus for position 7.
Correct.
Okay. And is this Mr. Day in courtroom 2?
Yes.
Yes, good morning again, Mr. Day. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Good day. Correct.
That's a yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Okay, Jared.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hands down. Let's see, Mr. Rogers.
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is sentence to 12 months to serve 26 days, credit for time served 13 days, the balance suspended, a stay away order from 4883 Roswell Road, apartment L3, and a no further contact with Alami Kamara, first name ALMAMY, last name Kamara, KAMARA.
Okay, Mr. Pierre,
Yes, Your Honor.
anything further?
No, nothing further. Nothing at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Day, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004904J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, is that correct?
Correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Day, good luck to you. Mr. Pierre, given that Mr. Dodes is there with your client and has completed the paperwork, would either of you have any objection to using the paperwork that's already been completed?
No, not at all.
I'm fine to do that. Could you type your name in the chat so I can put it on the plea paperwork?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dodes.
My pleasure.
Okay, and with that, I believe that, do you have a question, Mr. Pierre? I mean, Mr. Day? Okay, all right,
Will I be released today? And how do I get the bond money returned?
okay, you're gonna have to speak with your counsel about the bond money, and as far as being released, it was a time served plea. If you don't have anything else holding you, then you will be released when the jail gets the paperwork, it's complete, and they will process you out. Okay? All right, thank you all. I appreciate it today. We'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, you as well.